Alright, sorry, I had to make sure that it was recording. It's hard to tell when I'm in the screen. Alright, so week one, I made my predictions and I did really good. I mean, I got 11 of the picks. I think the most surprising pick that turned out to be correct was the Tennessee Titans beating the Cleveland Browns. I actually picked that game correct. And there was a couple of games that I was off on. Like I picked the Detroit Lions to beat the Arizona Cardinals, but it ended up being a tie. Um, there was another game as well. I also picked the Bears to beat the Packers, but I had no idea that the Bears, being a team that's a lot more cohesive than the Packers right now, would play as badly as they did. And I don't know. It was some surprise games. I also picked the Buccaneers over the 49ers, and the 49ers beat the Buccaneers. But let's just get to the week two games. So Thursday night we have the Buccaneers versus the Panthers. The Buccaneers didn't play so well against the San Francisco 49ers. Jameis Winston has already wore out his welcome with the NFL. He's already worn out his welcome with his team. I mean, at this point, we're already off the franchise quarterback bandwagon with Jameis Winston, and right now we're just hoping he can put together some good football with Bruce Arians. Um, I know Cam was he got hurt at the end of the game. I'm gonna go with the Buccaneers. All right, and this is just me going with the Buccaneers because I don't know if Cam is gonna play in this game. It's a short week. You know, he could miss this game, but we'll see. So I'm gonna go with the Buccaneers. Um, the 49ers and the Bengals. This is, these are the 1 o'clock games. So 49ers and the Bengals. Bengals actually surprised me by they only lost by a point to the Seattle Seahawks. Um, and also the 49ers surprised me. But I have more faith that the 49ers could win this game than the Bengals could win this game. Now, this could be another one that is just so close that it could go either way, given a play or two. But I'm going to go with the 49ers. Bills and Giants. The Bills actually, and that's another team that surprised me, was the Bills beat the Jets. I shouldn't be too surprised, but the Bills beat the Jets in week one. But this is a battle of terrible teams. Both have terrible defenses. Both have questionable offensive lines. Both has I don't know, questionable quarterbacks. I'm gonna go with the Giants. I think Saquon Barkley is the X factor, and I think he'll make the difference. Arizona versus the Ravens. Now, I just made a video and I'm gonna upload it in a minute, but it was a video about no. I think it should be already uploaded, but he threw 5 touchdowns, and I gave him best moment of last week, and I think that he'll have a good game this week. I mean, Arizona managed to tie the game with the Lions. I would say tying a game is better than losing it. Sorry, I just woke up. I would say that tying a game is better than losing it. So, you know, I don't know, but I'm gonna go with the Ravens. I think that they're a more confident pick for me. I mean, they have the defense, they have the offensive line, they have the running game, they have the wide receivers. Lamar Jackson just needs to be that last piece. He needs to be the glue that puts it all together. And I think that he can get the win here this week. Chargers versus the Lions. I'm going to take the Chargers. I'm not too high on the Chargers, but I'm going to take the Chargers. The Chargers are one of those teams that have always been one of those teams that they will play bad football to start the year, and then at the end of the year they'll go on a huge winning streak, and sometimes they'll make the playoffs, sometimes they'll miss the playoffs, or sometimes they'll play unbelievably well in the beginning of the season, and then they'll end the season on horrendous note. We don't know which Charger team we're getting this year. So I'm gonna go with the Chargers. They're a safer pick. The Lions right now, not too sure about. Um, do I think that this has upset potential? Not really. So I'm gonna go with the Chargers. The Titans were, I believe, my upset pick of the week. Um, I don't think there will be an upset here. I got the Titans taking it. Jacoby Brissett played a lot better last week than I thought. That I thought he was, being the starter on such short notice. But I think the Titans played so well in that Cleveland Brown game that it may carry over into this game. All right. Dak Prescott had a damn near perfect game against the Giants, but let's not forget that he did play against the Giants. All right, and they're not destroying franchises or nothing. So, I'm gonna take the Cowboys only because Alex Smith is still not playing. Is still not playing, and I don't know if Adrian Peterson is still going to be a scratch or not. He was a scratch for last week. I thought he was going to play, but he was a healthy scratch. I don't know if he'll be a scratch for this week. I gotta see, but I'm gonna take the Cowboys anyway. Um, the Jacksonville Jaguars were completely disappointing. All right. Now I made a video about what's his name, Jalen Ramsey, earlier this year, where he came out and he said that he was going to demand, a crazy amount of money. That I think the word he used for it was ungodly. I'm trying my best to say it the way he said it, but I don't know, man. It was just disappointing. And sure, you're going up against the Chiefs. They were the number one offense last year. To me, they were the number one offense, even if they weren't statistically the number one offense. I don't think they were. I think somebody said the Rams were or something like that. But I think the Chiefs' offense was better last year, and they got 40 put up on them. Now, to their credit, they did lose Nick Foles, and they had another guy come in who threw for 2 touchdowns and like 250 yards. I forgot the kid's name, but I was surprised to see his name there. And then I found out that Nick Foles got hurt. I was watching NFL Red Zone, so they weren't highlighting it too much. But yeah. And then you have the Patriots and the Dolphins. Obviously, I'm gonna take the Patriots. Apparently, Antonio Brown is supposed to be playing in that game. I'm excited. I can't wait to see what happens. To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if Antonio Brown sits another week. Because when Josh Gordon got to the Patriots mid-season, he had to sit a couple weeks before he was able to get into the game and actually play. So I wouldn't be surprised if he sits another week. And it's the Dolphins. I mean, sorry, I'm like I said, I just woke up, so I'm still kind of like in and out. But I wouldn't be surprised if they sit him for a week. Because it's the Dolphins. I mean, the Dolphins have to be honest, last year I didn't think the Dolphins had a chance to beat New England, but New England struggled last year. But I think this team is so much more. I don't know. They're just better than last year's team when the Dolphins played the Patriots late in the season, and yeah, I think that this is a game where if I'm Bill Belichick and I'm trying to give Antonio Brown more time to be prepared, I will sit him in this game because I mean this should be a win. It should be nothing is a sure thing in the NFL, but this should be a win. All right, the Seahawks versus the Steelers. This is the old Super Bowl matchup from 2006. Disappointing game, to be honest, but this is a good matchup, I think, for week 2. All right, the Seahawks were. I wouldn't say they were unimpressive, but I wouldn't say that they were impressive in week 1. They were just average, and the Steelers were, to me, as expected. But if I had to go for a team, and it's in Pittsburgh. I'm gonna go with the Pittsburgh Steelers. To me, this is an upset. All right, this is a week 2 upset. All right, the Steelers will beat the Seattle Seahawks. This is a week 2 upset. I'm pretty sure other people don't consider this to be an upset if the Steelers win, but this is an upset to me. All right, the Vikings and the Packers. The Packers played shitty last week, so did the Bears, but I guess the Packers played less shitty, so they got the win. The Vikings were good against the Falcons. I thought the Falcons were going to win that game, but I'm not going to say that I was disappointed. All right, but I'm going to pick the. You never want to pick against Aaron Rodgers in Lambeau. But I'm going to pick against Aaron Rodgers in Lambeau. I'm going to pick the Vikings to win that game. Chiefs and Raiders. I'm going to pick the Oakland Raiders to win this game by 24 points. No, I'm not going to pick them to win by 24. I'm going to pick the Raiders to win this game. All right, I just want to have one hot pick this week, and I'm going to pick the Raiders to beat the Chiefs this week. It feels weird me saying that out loud and me hearing me say that out loud, but I'm going to pick the Raiders. This is my hot pick of the week. I'm going to pick the Raiders. Bears and Broncos. I'm going to take the Bears. Hopefully the Bears don't play as bad as they did in week 1. I don't think they will. I think that the rust, to a certain extent, will shake off and they'll play a lot better. I'm going to take the Bears. Saints and Rams. Two offensive teams with I'm not going to say very little defense. I'm just going to say both defenses are questionable at this point. I think this is going to be a high-scoring game. It may be like a 35-31 game, and maybe a 38-31 game, and maybe a 38-35 game, and maybe a 45-38 game. I mean, who knows? I think this will be a high-scoring game. I'm going to take the Rams. They're at home. Usually the Saints are more dangerous at home than on the road, and I don't know, man. I think the Rams are going to find a way to win this game. Aaron Donald. I want to see a big performance from Aaron Donald in this one. And some of those were the 4 o'clock games. The Chiefs and Raiders, Bears and Broncos, Saints and Rams. Those were the 4 o'clock games. This is the 8 o'clock Sunday night game. All right. This is the Eagles versus the Falcons. I'm going to I don't want to take the Falcons because they completely fell short, and I even said it that they are one of those hot and cold teams that you could never really know how they're going to be, and I'm going to take the Falcons at home. I swear, if they lose this game, I probably won't pick them for the rest of the year. In my mind, if they lose this game, they're going to go 0-16. In my mind, that's how it's working right now. They're going to go 0-16 if they lose this game. All right? In my mind. All right. So, the Browns and Jets. It would be some shit if the Browns lose the first 2 games of the season to the Titans and then the Jets. It would be a huge slap in the face to the Cleveland fan base. And it'll be a huge slap in the face to Baker Mayfield. What the hell happened? I think I went back somewhere. Sorry. Let me get back. I think the thing disappeared. But those are my picks, man. I didn't even pick the damn last game. I'm gonna take the Cleveland Browns, man. They got to win that game. They have to. Bro, you have to win the game if you're Baker Mayfield. You cannot go 0-2 to start the season. And people even said, if the Cleveland Browns start off 1-3 or 0-4 to start the season, it would not be a good sign. And I agree with that. They have to win this game, and then they probably have to win a game after that, and they'll probably have to win that fourth game. They have to win. I mean, you have to rub off years and years of just terribleness. You have to start winning. You can't lose. If they go 500 this year, it will be a disappointment. They have to win at least 10 games to be taken seriously.